should zoom into that. That's Pac-Man. That little yellow, that's Pac-Man.
We're gonna get up there and take a look at that. So welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we'll be out hiking off the backside of Mount Carmel. Old mining strip area. We're gonna check out some cool stuff, so come along. Got a few special guests with us.
How you doing today?
As we hike along, it's always nice to see other people out and about enjoying the day. Hello. Very friendly puppies. Yeah, have a good one. Yeah, we're just hiking out and about, checking out the old coal mines. He don't look too happy, does he? He'll be alright.
Somewhere right here.
We're looking for something here in the ground, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this big hole in the ground right here.
There's quite a few of them. And like, for instance, like you should, I was gonna fit, but no. But listen, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it.
Man, that went down pretty far there.
First one sounded like it went down a little farther, but
So they put a rock back over it to cover it up. I don't know why they were doing that, but
you showed that we covered it back up.
yeah. Well, yeah, I guess they're all on the line here. There's another one there. The big one right here. Looks like they recently dug them out too, didn't they? Cleared them out. Wow.
It didn't sound that deep, but
Probably no old mines underneath us, huh?
right there.
Oh, they're all over the ground right here. I mean, I could just, yeah, what was here?
Color of that.
A whole bunch of them everywhere. Got a nice shot of the city over there, ladies and gentlemen. That does sound like that one's hitting water.
It does.
And look at the sandy soil around this one compared to the other places too. Has a more orange color in the area. Yeah.
And some of these rocks are...
Yeah, they all have a number on them.
This one has a 12 here ahead. I picked it up and then it broke.
But yeah, they didn't even know. We're done messing around with these things. We're gonna crack on. So where are we heading to next here?
Yeah, we're taking a hike up there. That's
right up there.
We'll go up there and
We're on the top of that hill there. Alright, so let's crack on. This is really nice and peaceful back here, actually. Oh yeah, there is a canyon right there on the other side of that cliff, ain't there? Is it right there?
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah, let's take a look at that canyon. I'm sure that's gonna be a good one there.
Yeah, there's some...
Maybe a lower hill over here to look at all that.
Down there, some tires.
Yeah, I took some pictures on the way into the trail, but I'm sure this is going to look a lot better over here. Watch him try to climb up that hill there. Alright, so it's my turn to go up the hill. Whoa. Well, it isn't what we thought it was. Definitely not. There's big mounds and stuff around here, so we're gonna have to take a little different detour to get there. But yeah, I'm joined with a couple friends today. We got Trent, Sturdy out here. They're showing me the blaze of Mount Carmel at the moment. Now this is something else right here. How about that, ladies and gentlemen?
And this actually, a couple weeks ago when I checked it out, it was
completely dry. You can see that it would fill up with water, yeah.
This does fill up with a lot of water once the rain starts to hit a lot.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. He was just saying how you can see so many different kind of rock type here that are just smashed up in the mines and dumped here.
Yeah, that's all mining.
It's like All kinds of different colors everywhere, as you see.
Different kinds of minerals and rocks and all smashed and dumped here.
And it's no shortage of it either. I mean, look around, ladies and gentlemen. I hear the 5 o'clock church bell from the town. And that's Mount Carmel over there, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, Bree. How are you? Me and my mom.
Isn't he a gentleman? And so earplugs, spent shells. And a typical little thing here that happens in the coal region. They turn this area into a little shooting range. So sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'll take some sip of my water there. That was very much needed. It's a very beautiful day out here. A little windy, but not a problem. See, as you see, there's some earbuds laying there. At least they're using ear safety first, you know, hearing safety. But there's some structures on top of that hill there that we're looking at. We're gonna go up there, see what that's about here in a second. And the typical young lady in the coal region, she's over there yapping away on her phone with her friends. You know how that goes. We don't blame her. At least she has friends. But yeah, we're gonna try to catch her up this hill real quick and get up there, check out some things. So let's crack on. I found the solid part of the hill where the washout is. I'm doing a smart thing, hiking up that way. Here. But this hill is pretty darn steep. Hidden mountain boulders next to me. We'll just make our way up, so I'll focus on that. This hill is no joke. Let's take a look. Downwards. We got a straggler. But yeah, it's steeper than it looks, ladies and gentlemen. So we're almost there. We're gonna inspect the gate and see what that is and have a proper nosy. We don't know what
go inside or on top or anything.
So we possibly found a mine tunnel or something up here. It's like some people have been up here recently, some drag marks.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Maybe I should have brought a flashlight today, huh? Over this mound, you can see kind of in the daylight. You can get back through there. I don't know if we should try. It's a lot of crawling, but maybe I'll climb up top and look down in from up there. These are steel concrete reinforcement. Fell down, as you see the concrete's all crumbled here. So maybe we are on a nice little hill here. So maybe we're gonna get to some more solid ground and get some better shots for you. So ladies and gentlemen, we were rested all. We climbed up here to the top area of this ridge. Skeptic because it could collapse any moment. I'm right on top of everything here, as you see. It's already collapsed before, it looks like.
The other roof caved in.
And you see he's on top of that one. That's off to the side though, but it's partially collapsed. Way down through here. What a lovely view though from up here. Ladies and gentlemen, we climbed down in, and that's, I could see the cold air coming out on the camera. I could feel it in person though. But that's a big opening in there. Lots of cold air coming out. I mean, look how big it is for him to walk through there like that.
It's pretty big in here.
Yeah. So let's see how the Osmo works inside. Let's start. Oh, there's an exit right up above us there. Wow. Actually, it looks like someone had a nice little camp in here, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Somebody was
There's an
living
exit.
in here.
Exit over here. Like a nice little hangout in here, actually.
Looks like somebody was
Look at
actually
that,
hanging
though.
out.
It goes straight up there, ladies and gentlemen. Straight Let's zoom out all the way so you can see what we're seeing. It is really big in here.
We didn't really come equipped with flashlights.
I have them. I just left them back on the end of the, at the camp. I didn't think we were going to see something like this. Ground feels weird underneath here, though.
It definitely does.
But wow, this is really cool.
A shotgun shell.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we come up to another spot in the woods.
Crack deck.
This is what we're going to call the shack. Boy, it's windy.
Yeah. That cooler wasn't locked when I was here last time.
Might be someone here then, huh? Anyone home? It's locked from the inside too.
Looks good.
So someone might be here, so we might want to just check on up out of here. Yeah, I mean.
That was
There's framing work around it and everything.
that was open when I was here last time.
Yeah, maybe someone is up here at the moment. You never know.
I thought it was abandoned.
It looks pretty well kept up for being abandoned.
Well,
I mean, there's trash everywhere. Besides that,
you know what? I think somebody might have
there's some altercations.
there's some actually there was for this. If you look,
There's that one back there in the woods right there.
if you look, you can see inside here. I mean, it's dark, but
Nobody's in there.
it's completely what's the word I'm looking for?
Ruined.
Yeah, basically.
Ladies and gentlemen, right there, mining operation going on. Top of the hill. You got the coal gen and making electricity for us. And then you got Mount Carmel and a canyon that was made from the coal mine and all the refuse.
American flag hanging up.
Alright, so we're heading up to a possible encampment up here. Has a wild rumors about, but we're not going to discuss, but we discussed them off camera. So now we're going to go up here and see what we can find, be a little nosy about who people living in the woods around here. But dang, there is a steep cliff next to us there. Definitely is. It's like an old structure or walls up in this area here.
Foundation.
Yeah.
There's actually houses or something up there.
That does look that way. So yeah, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. A little nosy around. Right there. And there's some tents right there, so let's take a look.
From what I heard, this actually used to be somewhat like a village called Reliance.
Okay.
And there is some houses still left, I believe, but I'm not sure what all is left.
Well, you can see some of the structure walls here. There's some more that are a little more visible over this way,
Stairs still
closer to us. Shows some resemblance there, some stairs. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, going up the steps into possibly was a structure of some sort of a village up here. As you see, someone at one point did have an encampment up here. The wind is very strong. We're fighting a thunderstorm. But if you look in the distance up there,
the trailer I see,
there's a trailer or something up there.
and then some type of
Some stuff is standing out up there. I'm gonna try to have a little nosy up there and see what happens as well. So let's head on, I guess. All right. There's even one down there. Shelter there. A couple, one, two, maybe three spots up top there. You see one over there, 2, 3, and right down below it's number 4. Is that as far as we've been? All right, well.
Go back down this way.
Yeah, let's go away from the camp and go down that way. I agree.
Once I had the encounter.
Yeah, I agree with you.
This way takes you to that white couch.
Skedaddle.
Well, that does, don't it? Right there's the way.
Yeah, no, this takes you back down into town, I think.
Back into Mount Carmel. Okay, so we'll go this way then.
I think that's when, if you're walking that bike trail and up the hill.
Okay.
I believe
That's that one there.
that's where it leads to that.
Yeah, it's nice walking along the side of this big canyon, you know. It's pretty cool, actually. There's a little lower plateau right below you there. But, you know, if you're going to be out here hanging out like them folks back there, you want to be on the high ground in case the weather comes, you know. But there's not bad spots to be at back out in the woods here, real close to the town and everything. I don't think it is either. It don't really look that sturdy. 6 o'clock church bells are going off, huh? I hear those in the distance. You get down safely though? I'm actually recording him on the Osmo now as he does that. It might be for a property, I'm not sure.